Hey, my super beautiful, lovely, gorgeous, beautiful souls. It's Lizzie the Lightworker here. Welcome, guys, to my channel. So if you're joining me today, I figured we would do some Virgo. We're in Virgo season, so we need to bang out these Virgo videos. I love my Virgos. I'm a Virgo rising. So we're doing these Virgo videos, and today I thought I'd do a Virgo divine female and a Gemini divine male. Now, I've done this before, so this will sort of also be an update on this reading. And anybody who is finding these messages, please just know they will resonate the way that they need to resonate. So you may find this video and it may resonate in reverse. I'm going to say that right off the bat. That does happen. A lot of you guys ask that. Some of you guys get angry about it. And I don't know why, because however it resonates to you is what you keep. So don't worry about if it doesn't. So I also want to mention that I'm getting a large number of requests, so please know that I will get those done as quickly as possible, but I also do private readings, so I have to go back and forth between the two. And if you would like a private reading, it may get your request done faster because you will actually book a slot of time. Also have a twin flame separation support group on Facebook if you'd like to check that out. I'll leave a link for that as well. So let's get into this. So it's going to be our Virgo Divine Female. I have two Power of Separation cards we're going to save for the end that I pulled prior to this and sort of meditated upon. So yeah, let's get into this. So our Virgo Divine Female in this union. And this is going, it could be for separation or it could be for just a twin flame union. But 90% of these are separation because that's a lot of what you guys are asking for. Okay, so Virgo Divine Female. Now, I feel like when she met her twin, this felt really, really good, okay? She almost felt like she met her exact perfect match where she had never felt that before. And sort of, I feel like this divine male Gemini brought her out of her shell a bit and made her really, like, comfortable and feeling very confident. I also feel like there was some ups and downs with this right off the bat. Like, it was good when it was good, bad when it was bad. I feel like our Gemini could have flaked out a bit. It could have left her feeling a little bit off kilter. I just feel like there was a little bit of that going on. And I also feel like in the grand scheme of things, this has sort of left her feeling a bit paranoid and a bit unreceptive to new loves or new prospers coming in, because I feel like he might have played a little bit of a game. Whether he realizes he was doing that or not, I just feel like he may have played a little bit of a game. To me, this feels like this was like some sort of a cycle, okay? So in separation, these energies would transpire to someone who had sort of felt strong feelings in the beginning and put a lot of emphasis on her divine male, made him be like the only one that stood out in a crowd, okay? And then, yes, again, these ups and downs. I feel like there may have been karmic partners that maybe they both had outside of this relationship, or that they may need to let some karma play out in life, and that coming together would activate that, so it would only maybe at the end bring them closer, if that makes any sense. We all have to have karmic things, karmic partners. Karmic is not a bad word. It's actually a good thing if we learn our karma and play it out the way it's meant to play out, because it just makes us that much stronger and our soul that much more clear and syncs up our energies better. And it also will thrust your twin into what they need to do, okay? So yeah, I can sense a tiny bit of that. So I don't know if there was other people in each of your lives before this, and this kind of stirred things up a bit, but I do feel like our divine female Virgo is feeling a bit sort of off kilter here. I feel like, this has sort of left her feeling a little bit like, paranoid, like, almost like she's waiting for the next, like, crazy thing to come through, or the next, like, attack to come through. Because I don't feel like, his energy was all that good for her when they first met, going into sort of a union or talking or some form of a relationship. And sort of like in the separation part of this, I feel like she's just like, what the hell happened here? Almost like she's in survivor mode. Okay, so I don't know if there was some real crazy cycle stuff that was going on between them, but I do want to check his energy now. So yeah, All right. So I feel like, he had to sort of like go away or get a handle on his emotions, okay? Because I feel like when they first met, he had, I don't know, almost like a poor me kind of mentality, like where he might have been legit going through some shit where he had to like pull himself out of like a financial crisis, maybe, or some type of emotionally burdening thing where, he had to feel like he was, kind of alone and out there in the world with no help, no support, that sort of thing. But when he met her, he definitely felt a strong connection. He felt like, oh, wow, this woman is just so nurturing, so kind, so loving, so wonderful, so together, so with it, that, it really made him feel like a fresh approach to love, where I feel like he felt good feelings of love, pure love towards her. Um, I don't know though in separation, because I'm getting a sense that he may be the type of person that needs a lot of attention to feel like he's wanted. So if she wasn't able to do that, or for some reason she got turned off to that, and it left him in this state feeling like out in the cold in terms of relationship, progress, feelings of love, feeling attractive, all those things, it may have left him feeling out in the cold. He may be the type, I'm sorry to say, that would seek it elsewhere, okay? Not that he's like a serial cheater or anything like that, but he will seek that attention and validation elsewhere because I feel like he really needs it. I don't know, and I know you guys may not know if he had any issues with his mother, but sometimes when this card pops up in this sequence, it makes me feel like there could have been issues with a parent or a mother figure that made them maybe feel abandoned, or they actually were abandoned, or made them feel like emotionally bankrupt in some way when they couldn't get the attention that they needed or deserved as a child or in teen years. Okay, so I get a sense that that could be maybe a bit of his problem and his part of healing that he would need to do in this separation or in the union and following a separation. But I feel like he is trying to get in touch with his feminine side, almost like trying to, because Gemini is the twins and they have masculine and feminine energies, and they're sometimes a well-developed Gemini is balanced, sometimes not. So I'm feeling like he sort of is getting a hang of getting in touch with his emotions, and what he truly wants and wants to feel towards another person is love, security, warmth, empathy, kindness. He's seeking that. I almost feel like he's seeking out, I don't know, almost like a motherly type woman, okay? Someone that he can grow with. But I feel like he can be flighty at times, okay? And that if he is in this position of feeling like left out in the cold, it's almost like, he did that to himself, and he has to come to that realization, which I believe he is. I do believe this is in separation. He will come back to his divine female and be ready and in a better state mentally, physically, spiritually. All those things will come for him. I do feel like he does have personal problems to sort out that could definitely interrupt his process of union with his twin or reunion with his twin. So things he needs to do. I feel like our divine female more so, I don't know, would have to let go of the past a bit if she was going to return to him. She wouldn't be able to like bring up the past or bring in the past energies to this if she wanted to try again with him, and sort of let the past sort of be the past, if that makes any sense. So I want to get some more cards out here. So yeah, I feel like this is in suspension. So in separation is actually a good thing, because as we've talked about here, there's things that need to heal. But I feel like somebody is holding on to this more than the other. Feeling like, they can't move on. I think that may be our divine female. More so the fact that she's having a hard time, like I said, letting go of the past things that occurred between the two of them. He may have been an immature energy, and it greatly affected her. So I feel like she's holding on, sort of waiting, but not really waiting. Okay, there's like a sense of, this is on her mind and everything, but she's also trying to just, I feel like, work it out in her head where she could feel right again, to just do whatever she's got to do or move on. So there's a feeling of real suspense here. I also feel like this is a good time for both of them to get a different view or a different take on this whole union. So that may be happening in this time. And, I feel like our divine female, I feel like would have had to walk away no matter what, because I feel like his mindset was already so wrapped up in his personal problems. I mean, he may have not shared the fact that he had personal problems, or he may have been quite open with it, or she might have just picked up on it or seen it, for herself. But I'm feeling like it was the right thing to do. If she walked away, it was the right thing to do, because he was already sort of trailing off. Okay. And I feel like, there was things that he needs to fix or pursue to make him feel like more of a whole person. I do get a weird sense that he is sort of like doing this for her. That might not feel like what it is, but I'm getting a sense that, she's sort of like lingering in the moments of the past, good and bad, and sort of, wanting to. I feel like there's a good sense that this could sort of pick up where it left off, but they'll both be in different energies, if that makes any sense. This is definitely a picking up where you left off kind of thing, but it will be different. It's not going to be exactly like it was. The energies will have changed by then. Okay, so there's a sense to me that our divine male is very defensive. So I feel like this is something that he needs to work on in separation. I also feel like there will be a huge element of forgiveness and a lot of miscommunications. Okay, so that could have been what was going on all along in the union. There was lots of miscommunications. She may have called him out on some bullshit and he didn't like it. So I feel like he's just a fighter, and that a lot of the time in life he perceives things as an attack, even when somebody's trying to help him. Instead of seeing somebody as his ally, he'll see them as his enemy. So that could be something that he really needs to work on. And also something that our divine female, like if she does revisit this with him and come back to him with this, that she'll have to like sort of be very careful to make sure he's not that way anymore. Because if he is, it's not going to work. And if he is the slightest bit defensive. And it could also be that internally she feels this way, but she doesn't express it outwardly. Okay, like inward, turning it inward, but not expressing her frustrations and anger outwardly. Okay, that might have been something she might have been afraid to do while she was in union with him, because she knows that, or she might have felt that he was this way where he would perceive everything as an attack. So something to work on for sure. Okay, and I do think that this whole thing will require lots and lots of patience. If these two really want to be together, I think that it can work. I do see him coming back to her. I think that she should wait and allow that to happen. If she's willing to forgive some stuff from the past, or, if he's making monumental changes for the better, this will be sort of a slow going type of a union, a slow going separation. Like, in other words, I mean, everything will be slow progress. Okay. Slow progress. Sort of, I see both of these two people needing to build towards their own futures, to sort of settle in their own careers and save their money and do all those like big adult responsible things. And, definitely revisit this. So I'm going to pull these two cards here, and this is going to be surrender your fear of change. The universe is reminding you that you are cared for always, whether you're afraid of a change in your job, your health, or a relationship. If you fear aging or death, repeat the affirmation, I have faith that all is well. Okay, so I feel like this is going to be more for our Virgo. So not to be afraid, like if this comes back to you, divine female, and you see actual results and actual proof of change, to not be afraid of it, because I feel like it could be a second chance that could be for the better, for the good, for healing, to help each other, to all these. I feel like give it a second chance if it comes back to you. Okay. And don't be afraid of change in your own personal life. Just know that the universe is flowing with you, through you. It is definitely putting you on the right path. Like, in other words, it's pushing you the right way. The universe always nudges us and pushes us the right way. So trust everything that's happening around you has purpose and meaning, and that if you feel like you're in a bad way, it will only get better. And this is going to be for our divine male. Surrender to effortlessness. Stop pushing so hard. The art of living means going with the flow instead of trying to force the river. So certain things in his life, he may be so inclined to not want to change and have a difficult time with transitions in life, okay? So part of what our divine male would need to do is just sort of like surrender yourself to the flow, because like I said with our divine female, the flow is taking you where you need to go. It's taking you on the path you need to put you in line with the lessons that you need to learn to help you grow and heal as a person. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what you think. Give me a big thumbs up and like and share. And don't forget to check the description box. And I will see you guys in the next reading. Love and light.